everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports.
Larry, the fans in teal and black are ready to lock down the bank as you get a look inside Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading the charge, their lefty QB. They go play action here on first down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
All right, here we go.
To throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way. To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they cover things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Smith now to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So on 4th down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team. And that's exactly what we just saw.
They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 31 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
11 yards on the pickup, and it's a first down for the Broncos.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense. 3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. But let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
Still 4th down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going left side here, and it's complete. That one good for 12 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No, check. Here we go.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw here. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. And an alley to run. A great read, and there he goes right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they? How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jags defense now as they head back out there. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And they went big on first down. Proves unfruitful.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Leopard, here we go. Green 39, Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Now let's go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. It's a gain of 17 that time, and it'll give the Broncos a first down. At the end of 1, 7-0 is our score. More from Jacksonville after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be a second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw again. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Hill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue?
And now off to the races down the right side. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 99 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And that run we just saw of 99 yards ties for the longest in NFL history.
How about that? Was that Tony Dorsett in Minnesota?
In 83.
For Dallas?
On a Monday night, yeah.
And only 10 guys lined up on offense on that play.
How about that? And we just saw a record equalizer right there from 99 yards away. And coming out now, the Broncos. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I remember...
I was going for the age.
I remember...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Their dangerous wide receiver, 79 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if the quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass.
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Denver. And even 50 yards.
Not the tallest receiver on the field, but he just shouted to admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass because sometimes they'll just out-scrap you for the football.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Holding. Defense.
That's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And from the 3rd, there he goes left side. A great read, and it's picked off. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Shreds the tackle.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And tough starting field position here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Over. Set, 3, 19.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he's brought down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
And now a first down following that long gain. Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders, is exactly what happened on that play.
They come out here in the eye. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he's got it to Hearns. And 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Again, Smith. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Here's Smith. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Smith throwing again. Surveying the field. Caught out left side by Robinson. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, Smith. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. To the air again, Smith. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Martellus Bennett as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are pouring it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best. Never mind, Larry. Forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
From the gun on third down, Smith looking left side. He's got it complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And they'll run it here. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Robinson's got it. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Here's the option going right. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe he starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
On second down, here's Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars continue to roll. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he's got some space here. And he is finally going to be stopped down around the 5-yard line. What a return. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Over. Let's go. Philly. Here we go.
5 yards to go for the offense. First down and goal from that. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good...
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Will Hill. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So back-to-back plays here where he couldn't get anything on the ground. Now you face a 3rd and 10 and assume you're going to try to pass it, right?
I would think so because you've tried to run the ball, and really it didn't matter who got the ball on the play because there was no space to go. So I think you step back, throw the ball to try and pick up the first down.
Single. Hey, over. Check 31.
Off of play action, here's Smith. This is caught inside the 15. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They come out here in the I. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
Offense.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Now, you see these numbers, and a week ago when he struggled, it just seemed like everyone was, the world was closing in on him when he was handed the football. Here, the hole seemed to be opening up.
Yeah, last week it appeared that he was running against 13 or 14 guys, didn't it? And I think last week, they just couldn't get in sync. Blockers, him, no matter what. It was almost like...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars continue to roll.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Back to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's brought down after a good gain. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think The way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Jaguars defense as they get ready to set up shop. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here? They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Play clock winding down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down. He's sacked on the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Back there, young fella. Here we go. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Set. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. Fighting through, and he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage looked defensively. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll drop the throw. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Jaguars' offense now heads back onto the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Play action. It's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Set. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run it now out of the gun. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right? Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And on the ground they go with a running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the offense facing a 3rd and 6. And they'll run it here. He won't go down. Still on his feet. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why their points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, We're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
But it was stopped on that play. We had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think